Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Morning Gardener, and I've been working all day, a little under the weather, but still, I had things to do. Stayed at home today, and I know some of you like to do that when you get sick from, watching the presidential thing. Got tired of that, and I said to myself, well, I'm going to go ahead and see what Caesar got. So anyway, yesterday I went to the mall and went to Walmart, and they still had, and it's good to see that in this day and time, they still have the 50-cent seeds on sale. There's a lot less in it nowadays. Of course there is. But this is a sweet corn. It's a hybrid. But I'm gonna tell you something. It was one year I grew some corn, I should have marked down what it was, but it was yellow and white looking kernels when you pull back the husk. And it was so sweet. I was out there eating it in the orchard without even cooking it. It was that good. And so anyway, I would like to run across that again. So anyway, I bought this because they were 50 cents each. So I don't know how many is in here. It feels like I'm thinking maybe 10, 15, something like that. Then we got this one here. Now this is the only watermelon they recommend right here in Maryland to grow. This is a sugar baby. Yeah, that's a sugar baby right there. Sugar baby. And it grows a pretty good sized melon, but it is, I grew two of these things one year, and they were so sweet. I couldn't believe it. Seeds, every 6 feet. Yeah, all of them say every 6 feet. But it's a gentleman called Runner. I think his name is Runner, that's online. He showed me how to grow watermelons, and I like the way he did it. He's no nonsense. He just say straight to the point how to grow a melon. And then he shows these videos of all these melons that I think him and his father, or him and his friend were growing, and they were all melons, and it was just walking around looking at them, just checking them out and seeing who grew the biggest one, who grew the best shaped melon. This right here is what you can grow up in Maryland. You can also probably grow some others, but this is what they recommend you try to grow because it has a shorter growing period. And that's very important with watermelons when you don't have a lot of time, in the growing season. And I'm going to do tomatoes this year. These were given to me by rareseeds.com. When you buy something, they'll use a sticker pack of seeds in there. And these are great for sauces. So it's not a real big tomato. So I'm gonna have to go back to my what they call big boys. Yeah, because big boys is but the main thing this year, folks, is going to be fertilizer. I'm gonna do some fertilizer videos, and the reason why is because for many years I was confused about fertilizing plants, and a lot of you are, and I know you are, because I'm looking at the prices of the fertilizers in the stores. They're continuously going up. You got the organic fertilizers, and you have the stuff that they call inorganic. Natural fertilizers. I'm gonna tell you like this. We're spending money we don't have to, when everything we need a lot of times is right there on your own property that will do a better job, and it will save you money. And the reason why it saves you money, because you should not be going out buying fertilizer in a box store. The old people back in the day did not do that before they were big box stores. They made their own fertilizers. Now, horse manure is not the only fertilizer. Blood meal is not the only fertilizer, and neither is bone meal. Those fertilizers is just waste products from a slaughterhouse. And they dry it, cook it, or whatever they do, grind it up, and then they put it in bags, and they sell it to you, and you're willing to pay 10 and 11, $12 a bag for them things. I'm something. You think you're doing the right thing, but how would you feel if you knew that you could take the weeds in your yard, put them in water, let them sit there for 2 weeks, and have that be a better fertilizer once you learn how to use it? Have it be a better fertilizer than what you're going to the store buying. You would know that weeds in the yard at that point is as a benefit because they're used to feed your plants. So instead of looking at them as a problem, you look at them and say, okay, I'm going to chop these weeds down, do a chop and drop in some areas, let them lay on the surface. They'll rot down into the ground. I do it every year. Then you turn around and take some of them and make a liquid fertilizer out of them. So you can pour it directly at the base of plants. After you thin it a little bit, 1 part and 9 parts of it be water. 1 part of it be the weed juice. I'm telling you, you could do a better job with your plants. When I years ago, I'll just tell you a little quick story. When I used to do my fruit trees years ago, I used weeds around the bases of them, and I noticed they were producing fruit and everything. And then I stopped. The fruit started to get smaller, and then sometimes it didn't produce very much fruit. And I put 2 and 2 together and said, wait a minute. It was the weeds that were doing it. And my neighbors were looking at me thinking, why would you put weeds at the base of your trees? I said, because when you cut them and use them as a mulch, they not only protect the ground, they also fertilize the ground by stimulating microorganisms in that area. They feed off of it. They live and die. And then the water from the rain takes their body down into the soil so that the trees and plants could eat them. So that's what nature does anyway. So why wouldn't I want to go that route as opposed to going to the box store, getting some stuff that I don't know where the hell it came from or don't know what's in it? This is the Morning Gardener, and I just want to say, you know, we gotta really think out of the box and think about what would you do if there were no box stores? Would you stop gardening? How would you fertilize your plants if there were no box stores to buy your stuff at? This is the Morning Gardener. Thank you, and have a good day.